Hello boys and girls, I'm Miss Susan. Welcome to Arts and Crafts. I'm so glad you've joined me today. We're going to be making a simple little owl, and he's made out of something I hope you have around your house, which is a little toilet paper tube. If you don't have one of these handy, but you may have a paper towel tube, that works as well. You can just cut it down to about 3.5 or 4 inches long, and that's about the length of the toilet paper tube. And you'll also need some different pieces of construction paper. If you have brown and orange, black, yellow, and white, those are the colors I've used. If you don't have construction paper handy, that's okay. You can take maybe markers or crayons or colored pencils and color little bits of white paper, because all you really need are tiny bits of yellow and the black and the orange and the white for your facial features. And so if you have your white paper, just cut out a few circles, two, and then color some of the paper black and a little bit more yellow and orange, and cut out your other circles and triangle. And then you'll need a little bit bigger paper for the wings, so you need a little bit more brown, but if you have construction paper, that will be handy. So get your paper out and your tube. The first thing you want to do is make the little tufts that are at the top of the owl, like a horned owl. They look like horns, but they're really feathers, little tufts of feathers. And if you just kind of press down either side like that, it will stay, and you've got your little horns or tufts of the feathers to make it look like the tufts at the top of the owl's head. So it should stay. You just kind of mush them down from either side. And that's how you get his little horns on the top of his head. The next thing you're going to want to do is cut out his wings. And you can either trace or with a pencil or something first, go ahead and draw your wings and then cut them out. Or you can do it freehand like me. The shape you're going to want to do is like an elongated football or an oval with points. And I folded my paper in half so that I get two, at the same time that are the same size. So I just folded my paper in half and cut out my wings. And like I said, if you want to draw the shape first, it might be easier to cut it. And then you've got your two wings. And then for the eyes, I'm going to start with my yellow, and again, I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm going to cut two circles just a little bit smaller than the size of a quarter probably. Somewhere between a nickel and a quarter, because owls have pretty big eyes. And so this bright yellow makes his eyes look wide open. And then once I get the yellow circles for the outside of his eyes, I'm going to do a little bit smaller white circles. So this is going to be maybe the size of a penny. You could trace around a penny. And again, I'm cutting two at the same time. If you can't do that, that's okay. You can do them separately. That's fine. So now I've got two white circles, and I'm going to have layered those once I get them glued on, one on top of the other. And then I'm also going to need his little pupil in the middle of his eye. So I'm folding my black paper in half, and I'm going to cut out maybe the size of a pea, just a small little circle to go in the middle, smaller than a dime. And this is the center of his eyes. And let me see if I can get it a little bit rounder. And that's all there is to his eyes. And I'm putting one on top of the other. They're going to be layered, and I'll glue them like that. And now I'm going to cut out his beak. Now you could just cut the corner off of a rectangle. I think that's going to be a little wide, so then I'm just going to trim it up a little and make it a teeny bit narrower, just a little bit, to have a triangle for his beak. So now I'm going to glue them all on. I can use either liquid glue or a glue stick. And let's see, I'll go ahead and put his wings on first. Put a little bit of glue on the side and get that wing on there. And I think I might have made it a little big. So I'm going to take it off and just cut them down a little bit. See how I'm going to trim off some just to make them a little bit shorter. And now that fits a lot better. And then I'm going to glue the other one on the other side. Just stick that on there. Pull it back a little. So now he's got 2 wings and now he needs some facial features. So I'm going to put some glue on for the yellow circles. And you know, those big eyes are great for seeing at night. Owls are nocturnal, so they go out and hunt at night, and then they sleep during the day. I think I might make his a little bit smaller, just a teeny bit. There we go. I think they were a little bit bigger than a quarter, but now they're not. So let's glue those on, and now I'm going to glue on the white circles to go in the middle. Trim them down just a tad as well. And stick them on. And now he needs his pupils so he can see. There are his eyes, and now he'll need his beak right there in the middle. Uh-oh, a little more glue. And there he is, my owl. And you could use him as a little finger puppet. You could even make other kinds of animals and have a little puppet show. So that's my little owl, and I've got some books to show you. If you go to the library website at hcplc.org with your library card, you can check out some great books about owls, like Owl at Home. This one's written and illustrated by Arnold LaBelle, and you may recognize that name. He's the one who wrote all the Frog and Toad books and Mouse Soup, and just like those, this one has several stories in one book. There are 5 short stories in this book. One of my favorites is Strange Bumps. An owl is so funny in that story. He goes to bed and he sees these bumps at the end of the bed and he doesn't know what they are. It's a little bit spooky and it's funny too. So if you want to find out what those bumps are at the end of Owl's bed, check out the ebook with your library card at hcplc.org. And that's Owl at Home, one of my favorite books. You could also get the ebook of Little Hoot, which is written by Amy Krauss Rosenthal, and it's illustrated by Jen Corus. And that's a cute story too. So I hope you'll get an ebook from us at hcplc.org and make a little owl. Thank you for joining me today. Bye-bye.